Three. Hi,
Hi,
besties.
besties.
Welcome back to the Pop. I'm Michelle,
I'm Maddie.
and this is your weekly pop culture podcast. A real welcome back
A real one.
for
A real
from
one.
an accidental week off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I genuinely, I was just saying, I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
but that's okay. It was a busy week. Things were going on.
I'll upload it, but I'll just upload it when I upload this one.
There you go. 2 in 1. You're welcome.
Sorry. But anyways, we're back. How's it
Yeah,
going? How's it
it's
hanging?
good. It's good. I'm a little tired. We're filming this
Yeah.
one pretty late today.
It is. It's a late night. I'm pretty
Sleepover!
tired. Sleepover! Pop sleepover!
Not really though.
Not technically, but let's
It's
act like it is anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, sleepover.
But it's been a pretty big weekend.
Yeah, we had our Galentine's party this weekend. We were busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that was Super Bowl.
Yeah, the
Uh,
big Super Bowl. I can't believe the Rams won.
I
I don't
know.
I don't pay attention to football, but I feel like it was just kind of something where I was like, oh, cool, the Rams are in the Super Bowl. I doubt they're gonna win.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, I don't
I
know
mean,
anything
first team
about
in their home stadium to play for the Super Bowl and to win in their
and
home
win.
stadium.
That's crazy. That's really cool. But
It was nice to watch.
it was really, really nice to watch. I mean, I didn't watch the full thing. I was working. But when I came home, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was just funny because everyone kept being like, "This is so great for LA," and I was like, "Didn't LA win like every major sports championship they had like 2 years ago?"
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was the same year, but I think the Dodgers won one year and I
Like
think the
Dodgers and
Lakers won the
Lakers won
next
in this.
year.
No, they won in the same year. It was both 2020.
Oh, well, I don't know. People get weird about football where they think it's the biggest deal ever.
But part of the game and Super Bowl is a little bit of the biggest deal ever. You spend the amount of money that's spent on that, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but it's also like, as someone who doesn't watch football, it's ridiculous that it
Oh,
costs that much.
it's a game. As they say in Ted Lasso, oh, you get paid to play a game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you get to go out there and just push each other and catch a ball.
But I mean, I do enjoy
Oh.
football. It's not that. I just
Yeah, I just think the whole hoopla over it is a little ridiculous.
I think the hoopla shows sexism very clearly, but that could be a
Hmm.
discussion for another time. Before we
We've
even
talked
get
about that
Oh,
before.
we have. But before we even get into Super Bowl and all things have to do with that and our halftime show, we got to go over some news that's been happening.
The news of the week.
Dum, dum, dum,
Um,
dum.
I have everything written down. And, let's start off with something that actually is continuing tonight as we're speaking. Kim and Kanye are going through a very public battle, or shall I
Oh.
say, Kanye is just fighting
Kanye is
himself.
going on a public battle.
He's going on a public battle himself, and Kim is just watching. Um, but he keeps posting about Pete and Kim, and he sent Kim a truck full of roses today for Valentine's Day, and then posted, let me find it. It's a screenshot of Kim's text, and it says Kim's other phone. Which, when you go on Twitter, he deleted it. He deleted the post. Let me find it on Twitter. He basically, everyone on Twitter is saying that he's being super abusive and he's not leaving her alone, which I agree with. He's not leaving her alone in any sense, and quite literally kind of harassing and stalking her. And I feel bad for the kids, not just Kim, but also the
Yeah.
kids in this situation. Like, it's completely awful.
And I think we can all agree and pretty easily admit to ourselves that Kim could never get away with behavior like this.
No. If it was a woman,
regardless of mental diagnosis,
yeah,
Kim would never be able to get away with behavior like this.
no. Like, obviously we all know, and it's public knowledge, that Kanye is bipolar, and like, yeah, he could be going through a manic episode right now, but also like this is a whole other issue, you know? Like it's not the first of Kanye being outrageous and harassing and all of this. This is his normal behavior. And now that he's doing it to his soon to be ex-wife simply because he wants her back, really, you think this is going to get her back? Really? Harassing her and her boyfriend? I feel so bad.
And just pulling so many people into this mess.
Yeah. I have the screenshot. So it's the text from Kim says, "You are creating a dangerous and scary environment and someone will hurt Pete and this will all be your fault." She texted this to him. He posted this saying, "Upon my wife's request, please nobody do anything physical to," he calls him Skeet. "I'm going to handle the situation myself." And then if you're watching it, this is what he posted as the first slide. And it's, if you're listening, it's him, well, not him, it's two men in a chokehold. Yeah.
I do have to say, you know, the TikTok audio that's like, ah, no, but it's not funny. It's serious. That is this whole situation. Is
Yeah.
I see the post and I'm like, I'm like, oh no, it's not funny. It's not.
The thing
it's
is,
serious.
like, it's like kind of funny if it was a joke, but like he just threatened this man.
Yeah.
He publicly threatened this poor man simply because he's dating his soon to be ex-wife.
As if Kanye wasn't dating multiple women since they have left each other.
Yeah, news on that. They broke up today.
I did hear about this.
Kanye and Julia broke up today, which, yeah, I saw that coming.
Kanye also had another Kim lookalike show up to a party dressed as Kim. Like, dressed as Kim.
It's like,
it's not like a Julia Fox where like, oh, they're both wearing leather, they're both wearing like denim, like Kim and like, no, she was dressed as Kim Kardashian.
It's not even pathetic at this point. It's just scary.
Yeah.
It's obsessive and it's scary, and I feel awful for her. And I'm sure that her and her whole family have loads of security ready. At this point, she should be filing a restraining order.
That's what
to be quite honest.
I mean,
I feel so bad for the kids.
Oh, I know.
I bet you money she is not going to get the kids from him. She's not going to grab them. She's sending someone to get the kids.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to speak on custody and whatnot, but
yeah,
this is about to get much messier.
It's so messy already. I mean, the thing is, when you think about it too, it's really sad. It's not very publicly known that Kim Kardashian, her first marriage was an extremely physically abusive one. Mm-hmm. So she's been through domestic abuse before. And so for this to happen again, I feel so sorry for her.
Yeah. And like, I think she kind of gets brushed over as like dumb, rich girl that only cares about money, looks, whatever. But she has experienced so much trauma in her lifetime that like you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Just beginning from her first marriage to the sex tape to online bullying to the robbery to her family drama, her father's passing. Like, you wouldn't wish this on anyone. And the people that are like online speaking for her, about her, and like, leave her alone. She's got enough going on. She's dealing with enough. And there's just so many people telling her like how to deal with this issue and how to deal with Kanye, and Kanye should get this. Don't. You don't know what it was like in their relationship. And that we say that to people that are like literally just talking about their relationship.
We're talking about it, but we're talking about it knowing that like all we know is public info, right?
Yeah, but there's like a level of respect that you should have when speaking of this on the internet. You want to like talk some shit to your friend, go ahead, talk some shit to your friends.
But this is on
Don't go posting tagging people.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-mm. And not even just her too, but when you think about Pete Davidson and the trauma that he's been through and that he has BPD, like, yeah. This poor man, he's been through more than enough as well. So, and not to say that Kanye hasn't been through a lot, he has, but
But then
There's a
you're both
difference.
not deserving to go through this trauma, so why do you put it on each
No,
other, you know?
exactly. Why create something even bigger? And, like if you really, really, truly weren't thinking selfishly about this situation, you would not be putting that woman that you love through it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I know that he probably doesn't see that right now, obviously, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, Kanye. I
Dun
hate to
dun dun
say it. Dun, dun,
dun.
dun, dun. Um, Another thing, it's not like news, but I've been seeing that Julia Fox's audio, it was her, I think she was on
It's
Call
a,
Her
I
Daddy.
mean, yeah, I was that muse when he wrote Uncle
Like,
John,
job.
you know, like things like that. Would you
I,
say that you're gays mused? Yeah, I would say that
yeah,
sometimes,
maybe,
yeah.
yeah. Listen, we are Valley girls. You could never hear us say Uncut
Uncut
job.
Johns. Uncut Johns.
That's just to a point. I honestly,
Also, wait, babes.
honestly,
Hold on, babes. You were the muse for that?
Adam Sandler was the muse for that, babes. Come on.
Wait, babes. For the anxiety-ridden hell ride that movie was, you were the
Yeah,
muse? I don't know
yeah.
if I would want
Where
credit for
you are
that.
also, not to be a bitch, but she plays the mistress in Uncut Gems.
I don't know if I would want the credit for that. I don't know if I'd wear that proudly. I don't know.
No, no. I Yeah. Again, I don't know her. I don't know too much about her, but I do really like her. Sorry, Julia.
I feel nothing towards her, positively or negatively,
I
other
just
than she was thinking it's her Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
She doesn't even go to M. Uncut
Uncut
Gems.
Gems.
Like,
Uncut Gems.
okay, cool.
Period.
Um, let's see. Let me go down the list. I'm gonna talk about more breakups first. We have a breakup. Actually, it got announced tonight. Rosario Dawson and Cory Booker broke up after 2 years together.
Oh no, Noah Ahsoka's lady president.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
that's okay.
Sad.
That's kind of a weird one to begin with, anyway.
It was really weird. Like really weird.
Yeah. Oh,
Like when you heard about it, like her
you're
and
like,
Eric Andre was weird, but it like almost kind of made sense. Like I was like, okay. But this one, I don't know.
okay.
I'm going. Um, I lied. That's the only other breakup that we have.
Oh,
Sorry. Thought we
shit.
had more. I'll just go over romance while we're
Go
at it.
ahead.
Romance and family stuff.
Yeah.
So Dominic Fike and Hunter Schafer made it Instagram official that they're dating.
Yeah.
They're very
And
cute.
I only don't care for this because of the show. I really wouldn't care if they didn't piss me off 2 weeks ago. But they
It's
pissed
on
me off.
Euphoria. Rue being like, actually, I don't want to talk about Jules and Elliot. Fuck them.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah! Yeah!
Like, I know they're not their characters, but I'm also like,
No,
yeah,
but
you're
I'm like,
right. Fuck them. You're right. You're
they
right.
literally posted that picture, and I was like, how could you do that to Rue? How could you do that?
How could you do
On
that?
Instagram?
Think about how this is going to make her feel.
How dare you?
Pieces of shit.
At least block her or something first.
Block her.
Please.
Oh my god. Okay. We also have an engagement that got announced tonight as well. Lots of news tonight. Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey got engaged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for them.
They're cute. I like
They're
them.
cute.
They're cute.
They're hot.
Like I don't know anything about her besides she's Steve Harvey's daughter.
And
right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, good for you, girl. You got on
And
the
they're
show.
cute. You better be next. You got that right. Anyways, sorry, like all of this was just kind of scrambled together. So I'm trying to just pick it apart. So then on to family news. Literally right after we were done recording last week, which I mean you'll hear now, but Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott announced the birth of their baby, and his name is Wolf Webster.
Rare. I can hear Wolfie.
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 Wolfie baby.
Wolfie.
Wolfie. I think it's cute. I like it a lot.
Wolfie.
I honestly thought that Stormy was really fucking weird when they announced it, but Wolfie I like.
Wolf sounds cooler, I guess.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, I know the name beforehand from Wolfie Van Halen. It's Eddie Van Halen's son. So, like, maybe it's because I've heard it before, but I do like it. I think it's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her babies are also like only a few days apart.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken.
That is
Also,
going to be one hell of a birthday.
This baby was born on February 2nd, 2022.
Oh, that was a scheduled birth. You know for a fact it was.
Yeah.
She induced that. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Or she like just held out and she's like, you're not coming out.
You're not coming out.
You're not doing it. Not for the Instagram caption.
So also Brian Austin Green, who people know as Megan Fox's ex-husband, he's an actor, and his girlfriend Sharna Burgess, who's a dancer on Dancing with the Stars, they are pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shauna. Shauna.
Congratulations, Shauna.
Good for you, girl.
They're another couple that I don't know anything about.
Mm-mm.
I just know that they're together. That's really it.
Nothing.
One more person who is pregnant, Shay Mitchell.
Yeah. Okay.
She's pregnant
I'm gonna
again.
be like totally honest. It's like in my head, I don't know why, but I know I'm Pretty Little Liar. Her character was lesbian, and like I convinced myself that she just was lesbian. And then I saw her house tour, and she's like with either her boyfriend or her husband, and I was like, you're what? Because then on You, she was also lesbian that show, so I was like, well, clearly this is a lesbian woman. And then she posted she was pregnant, and I don't know why. Like in my head, I was like, "Oh, congrats to her and her girlfriend!" Like it was like, "Ooh, like are they surrogacy? Like what's going on?" And then I was like, "Oh, wait."
Like, oh, she's not Emily Fields.
Like I don't know why. I didn't even watch that much of Pretty Little Liars. Like I don't know.
Mike's deep dive. That did it in.
I just like convinced myself this is who she is. And
she is a lesbian woman. Shay Mitchell, if you're listening, you are a lesbian woman.
Look, I'm just saying. I don't know what to say.
Come on. But yeah, she had a baby girl prior.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is her second.
I have, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think she honestly had her first baby around the same time as Kylie Jenner. I'm like 99% sure. And they have a common
baby competition.
Well, they have a common denominator. Makeup by Ariel does both of their makeups. Like that's like their go-to makeup artist.
Ariel, what are you doing?
Ariel,
what are you doing?
Are you telling everybody? Are you breaking the NDA?
Yes.
Not the immediate yes. Oh my God. Well, that's it for baby news. Family news. I'd like to come back to Kanye really fast.
Okay.
This is kind of old news at this point, but Kanye versus Billie Eilish, Coachella Smackdown. I can't get over the fact that he feels threatened by successful women also, and just kind of
I thought you don't like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
So like that? Anyway, to like just summarize basically what happened is during a Billie Eilish concert, she saw somebody was struggling, and I will say
after Astroworld.
After Astroworld, I will say like now artists are like, wait, can you not breathe? Wait, okay, stop the show. Like so over the top that they're like, you guys will see that I am not him. Like, yeah, to the point that I'm a little bit like, okay, we get it. Like you're stopping the show, but you're like making it a very big deal to like have the audience thank you for stopping the show. Do you know what I mean?
Like it's acknowledge that you do it.
Yeah. I'm like,
that you care.
Relax. That's a side story. That's just how I feel. But Billie stopped the show, basically said like, oh, I'm not gonna let anyone get blah 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 at my show. I don't know the exact quote. Kanye posted this and like demanding that Billie apologize to Travis or he's gonna pull out of Coachella. Billie commented on the Instagram post, I literally didn't say anything about Travis. I was just helping a fan. Period.
Yeah.
I honestly, right. I wish the quote, like her response was no. Like no, end of sentence.
No, period.
Like you have to apologize to Travis. No.
No.
And say it like Maddie did in the first episode of season 2 of Euphoria.
No.
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 No. Just like
The
that.
thing is, I bet you money Travis Scott was not even pissed about this.
I don't think.
She didn't make a comment.
No, she literally just said, wait, stop the show.
Yeah. Which is, again.
Everybody's doing that right now. Like,
yeah.
over the top.
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor stopped an entire concert and made a huge deal and brought people on stage, and Kanye didn't say shit. Literally, like, a few days after Astroworld.
Well, Tiana Taylor is in Kanye's music video.
And that's not against Tiana Taylor. I'm just saying, like, right off the bat, I can think of that example.
Yeah.
And there's probably some more if I looked on the line for, like, 2 minutes.
The Neighborhood. That was a big one. Yeah.
So.
The thing is, like, it's not a problem to do that. That's obviously what you should be doing, is just stopping and being like, hey, chill out. Let's get them safe. Let's go. But, like, making a deal out of it is when it's like, okay.
When I'm like, okay, we got it. You're, like, a good person.
Yeah, like, chill out.
That's just, like, me also being petty, but this.
You're so threatened by this woman. She's 20.
Literally.
Give it a rest.
But if Kanye does drop out Coachella, does that mean Doja gets bumped up? And if so, I might have to be there.
Yeah, I heard news that she's going to get bumped up. But I don't want to support Coachella. So,
no,
I will probably just save my coin and then go to another festival because they're probably going to share headliners.
Probably.
I mean,
Coachella's just a mess in general.
Oh, it's such a mess. It's such a mess.
But I would like to see a Doja headline.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'd like to see what that looks like.
That'd be sick. Some more music news. DNCE is making their comeback, which, if you know us, if you have been friends with us for a while, spoken to us, whatever, you know we love DNCE.
They are the moment.
We love DNCE.
They're just, it's so good.
This is literally what we've been talking about for maybe 5 years.
Like
4 years, 5 years.
You play their music any time of the year, any season, any year, and it's still good. Like, that's, like, the definition of timeless, where, like, every time summer rolls around, put on any DNCA song. Any. And you're just like, this is good. This is exactly what I wanted to hear right now. Exactly that sound.
And let me just say, we got to experience DNCE live performance, a concert on the beach in Florida for spring break. Cake by the ocean, while they handed us cupcakes with condoms in the cupcakes.
Mm-hmm. That was a peak in my life, I will say.
Yeah, that is one of the best moments in my life. Sorry.
That was a core memory. That is peak existence.
They are everything. I love them so much.
I love it. I'll be, you know that, like, the thing that's like, if DNCE has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If DNCE has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If DNCE has no fans, I am a fan. That is me. That's me. I've been waiting.
They're so underrated too.
Yeah, if you want insanely good, fun pop music, turn it on. Buy the album. Stream it.
They're so good. Let me just say, they're good enough that we said for a couple of years. Actually, I'm not going to speak for you. I know for a fact that I said this. I would give the Jonas Brothers back in a heartbeat if I could get DNCE.
I would also give the Jonas Brothers back to get DNCE.
And we did it. We gave the Jonas Brothers back and we got DNCE. And that's just my fantasy.
Okay, you know what? I saw the Jonas Brothers, right? I'm like, yay, they came back. But if you, like, came up to me and you're like, I will give you 2 choices. You can have DNCE or you can have the Jonas Brothers. I'm going DNCE every single time.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Nick and Kevin can make a little special appearance every once in a while on DNCE. That's fine.
Of course. It's not that, boys. It's that if I had the option, I'm going my girl Juju.
Yep. Now, this is what I want to know. What happened to Cole?
I know.
For those of you listening,
so what it's gonna sound like.
I mean, it's gonna be the same because they probably have just guest bass players coming in.
Maybe. But he rapped.
Well, he also for those of you listening, there are 4 members. Joe Jonas is the singer. Jinju is the guitar player. Jack is the drummer, and Cole was previously the bass player. And when they started posting stuff, I realized I was like, where's Cole? And I read in an interview that Joe Jonas was saying he wants this to be more of like kind of like Bruce Springsteen's like E Street Band, where like members can come and go as they please, or they can just have new members, and it's not supposed to be like a permanent thing. But everyone else stayed except for Cole, and they didn't replace him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I checked, and I was like, okay, well, like let me see what's going on. He doesn't follow Joe Jonas anymore, and Joe Jonas does not follow him. But he follows everyone else in the band, and they follow him back.
So
I want to know. I know it's not my business, but I want to know. You know, just to know.
What? I don't know if I want to know. I think I kind of want to just keep the peace. I think I want to live in bliss.
Ignorance is bliss, my friend.
Right now, yeah.
Ignorance, it's bliss. Okay. Moving on to more music news. Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift dropped a new song called The Queen and the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Or The Joker and the Queen. I don't know. And they also dropped a music video along with it where, if you are familiar with Taylor Swift's music, she had a song called Everything Has Changed off of Red from like 2013, I think, 14. Mm-hmm. And it features Ed Sheeran. And in that music video, they had kids who looked like them. And in this new music video, they had them come back. And it's so cute.
When they first posted a little side-by-side, I was like, no, there's no way that those kids were so little. There's no way those are the same people. And then I like Googled it to confirm it, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, then you realize it's been 10 years, and you're like, oh, okay.
Because they were like first grade, kindergarten age, and then now they're playing like, I think, high schoolers, and I was like,
yeah. They're like 16, 17 maybe now.
I'm sorry.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
It's a little freaky. But
I didn't like that full circle moment, but that was like a personal thing, you know?
It's more so a personal way of me having to face the fact that I'm getting older. And like time is passing faster than I think it is.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean that was 10 years ago? No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know? It's not their problem. It's me.
It's a me thing.
It's a me. I'm Marty. Yeah. It's a me. It's a me. But yeah, I haven't listened to the song, to be quite honest. I haven't gotten to it.
I'm expecting what you should always expect from Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, they always have good collabs. Like that's not a worry. But I'm gonna move on to some TV film news. Okay. So we got some TV news. Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Leaving the show. Leaving her own show. The Wendy Show is not going to be Wendy. Wendy no more.
She's going to leave the show officially confirmed for at least the rest of the season at minimum. And being replaced by a permanent guest host. And if she can't return by September, they're also going to change the name of the show.
Yeah.
Why not just make a new show?
Yeah, I really
just end the show. Don't take it from her. Just end the show and give the slot to a new show.
Yeah, I really don't understand.
That seems like a weird
because choice. This is such a big show, specifically because of Wendy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna change the name, just like have like a finale for the Wendy Show, and then start something new.
Yeah.
Why take something?
Maybe that's just what they're gonna do. I know Sherry Shepherd is like the permanent guest host as of now. So I don't know if they're going to make it like the Sherry Show or something. I don't know. But
not again. This is not about Sherry. This is about
not at all.
Give Wendy her flowers. Because as problematic as she is.
Do you know the icon moments that have, like, this show is iconic.
And she is a ground shaker.
A ground shaker.
Ground shaker, door opener. Ceiling cracker, like everything.
Ceiling cracker.
She's causing the earthquake, baby. Like,
cause the earthquake. Well,
you know, iconic people can be problematic.
Yeah.
And we forget that. I think we forget that, like, iconic people can be problematic. We forget Elton John has been problematic. We forget just icons in a history that I'm not even gonna, like, go over because I don't have the time to go over all the details of them. But, like,
I was gonna say,
like, be problematic. People are not perfect. Your idols can have their problems. They can make mistakes. That doesn't take away that they were iconic. Iconic doesn't always mean good or bad.
Yeah. Iconic doesn't necessarily mean a good person. Like when you look at the Beatles and John Lennon and literally
That's an icon.
Paul McCartney as well. Like,
wouldn't call him an idol.
no. Some people would. Not me.
Doesn't mean that they weren't iconic.
But their art and everything about them has lived on until now for a reason. I know it's not a popular opinion, but like, you know,
give the flowers where the flowers are due.
Also, this is Wendy. This is Wendy we're talking about.
This is Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams.
Of the Wendy Show fame.
I could quote maybe for 15 minutes. Just Wendy.
I mean, go ahead. We got time.
I'm
joking.
Like, but we don't. We don't, though. But I think maybe we should on another episode.
We don't have time, but maybe we should.
But maybe we should. I have another show. Mm-hmm. It's been like canceled for now. I don't know if you heard about this, but we just talked about it actually last week. The Beauty and the Beast prequel show that was going to happen on Disney Plus got scrapped.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is crazy because they already cast everyone. Apparently, this has been in the works for years, like since the movie dropped. And it's Josh Gad and Luke Evans that were like headlining it. They wanted to make it. It was about LeFou and Gaston, which I'm kind of in for it. Like, I'm there.
I'm kind of in for it. Just seems like a little bit of a waste.
Yeah, it doesn't need to happen. I just am there simply for those two. Like, I don't think it needs to happen. I just like them. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'd watch it. But they said it has to do with, like, delaying the filming process so many times. And, like, the creative process hasn't lined up. Like, no one can agree. Which, like, okay, if that's the case, why even, like, announce that it's coming? If you don't have, like, a set, like, storyline for the show and, like, what it's about, then, like, don't tell us that you're gonna make it, you know, and then cast people and make announcements for that, you know? I don't know. I just think it's a little weird.
I mean, I guess they'll do that just to try to get hype for it.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, you're good to announce something when it's greenlit. I don't know.
That's what I mean. But apparently they were going to film it this summer, and it just got scrapped.
Well, somebody's unemployed.
Rita Ora.
Why would what?
Because she's in it.
Oh.
That's why we talked about it.
I was like, what did Rita Ora do? Leave her alone.
I sound like a Twitter stan. Someone's unemployed. Rita Ora.
Poor Rita.
Just like the random reply. Your fave can never. Like, anyways. I have one more TV show news. Or I guess that was a weird way to phrase it. Anyways, Elle Fanning has been cast in a Hulu show about Michelle Carter. Do you know who Michelle Carter is?
I do.
Okay. For those of you listening, if you don't...
Anybody with my name, I immediately have to distrust.
Okay. Not even Michelle from Destiny's Child? What did she do to you?
No. I said did not dislike, distrust.
Yeah, but what did she do?
There can only be one. So the point. Also, I would just like to say.
She probably feels the same about you.
I would just
what about Michelle Obama?
And this is nothing about Michelle in Destiny's Child. That's not the thing. It's that, do you know what it's like when you're in a group of 3 people and they go, haha, let's be Destiny's Child. And you're like, I don't even get a choice. I don't even get an option.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I don't.
And the worst part is it's not even like an insult because Michelle's great, but like, you know, to them, it is an insult. Like if you were like, okay, you're going to be Michelle, they would be like, ew, no. And you'd be like,
well, it's because everyone wants to be the Beyonce. And if they're not the Beyonce, they're going to be the Kelly.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh.
Which has nothing against
how that is.
Michelle. That's just how it worked in the public eye, you know? Like, she's just as good as the other two.
Anyway, my point was, whenever I see the name Michelle on the internet, I'm like, who?
But circling back, so Michelle Carter was the girl. This case was huge when it first happened. She was dating a boy who was suicidal. They were in high school, and she told him, like, well, okay, trigger warning, suicide, everything. But she told him, like, yeah, you should kill yourself. Like, huh? And then he did.
Mm.
And like she went to trial and everything, but basically Elle Fanning has been cast to play this girl. And I don't know if you've seen the pictures, but holy God, it is crazy.
What's weird is I remember Cara Delevingne was originally cast as this character.
That makes sense too.
Yeah.
That
So when these
like
photos
they
came
do
out,
look
I was
alike.
like, what happened to Cara Delevingne?
You're like, what happened?
I mean, she looks ridiculously like her. And what's
It's
weird is
scary.
it doesn't even look like they actually did much to make her look like her.
Like,
you know, like you can clearly see that's Elle Fanning, but you're like,
yeah.
Why does Elle Fanning look so much like this woman?
Like being familiar with like prosthetics and stuff, I'm like, okay, it's probably like fake eyebrows and like maybe a little bit of a forehead prosthetic, but that's just like me like analyzing it.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's me
if I
thinking they
just
probably did more than they already did.
yeah,
you know what I
like
mean?
if it's just me looking at them, it's scary how alike they look.
Yeah.
Like hats off to the makeup artist because it's wild. But I mean, I'll probably watch it.
I'll be
That
interested.
case is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You know. And
I have so many shows I have to watch right now. I can't even keep up with this anymore.
I still haven't finished Pam and Tommy. Well, or caught up. Pam and Tommy, it's time.
I got that. I got Book of Boba Fett. I gotta finish Euphoria.
Book of Boba Fett is easy to binge.
I know. But then every time I like get into it, something happens, or like a new episode of another show that I have to watch is out, and I'm like, oh, well, I should watch that. I don't know.
You know,
I just all of this, I'm like, oh my gosh. I fell out of my binging phase, and now it's getting a little difficult.
okay, me too.
Right?
I just don't like binging anymore.
It's hard now. Like now
Yeah,
after like an
this
hour
what
of
being an adult
sitting, I'm
is?
like, oh God, I gotta get stretched out
I'm
or
like,
something.
let me get up and get some water. Let me take a
Yeah.
walk. Like I don't
Oh,
I'm not the same as my 19-year-old self anymore.
No, it's
I can't
hard.
binge like I used to.
No. And like
But
I was watching The Great on Hulu with Elle Fanning,
mhm.
and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna binge this easy so I can catch up. Oh my God. After like 2 episodes, I'm like, I need a break. I can't handle this.
I think my attention span just isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
I think after Game of Thrones, that ruined me.
Game
of Thrones completely depleted me. Like I can't do it after that. Literally fully ruined my
I think after my 2020 movie marathons, I don't
that is
I don't know if I can do it. Yeah.
That's where it went down. What were we talking about? Oh, I was gonna say Book of Boba Fett, honestly, I hate to say this because like you should watch the full thing just to like watch it and respect like all of it because it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But you really don't need to sit there for the full 45-50 minutes that it is for like the first 3 episodes. Like you could easily just watch a recap of those 3 episodes and then watch the last 4 and cut out that. Like it makes it so much easier and there's not as much information as in the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it always happens because technically it's supposed to be like almost a standalone series, so they have to spend a ton of time like setting up and filling you in on everything that's going on and also catching up on what this world looks like and this storyline looks like versus like things like The Mandalorian. The first like 2 or 3 episodes of that, there is a lot of like, okay, so like here is The Mandalorian, here are the things that they do, here are the rules they abide by. So like when we get to those later parts, you like feel like you understand it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like because everybody knows that people are going to come in those last half of Book of Boba Fett that we're kind of just like, we're looking forward to that. It almost makes you go, okay, can we get through this stuff so I can get to the others? But I do feel that if you are a huge Boba Fett fan or you've grown up enjoying him, the first few episodes would be very satisfactory. Like I feel like you'd be excited to watch those. And maybe it's because I wasn't that kind of fan or that person that I was like, oh, okay.
Like, I just think Disney dropped the ball on the marketing for this show. I've said that so many times.
I think they had too much to market and too much going on that they didn't give this the focus and the time that it needed.
I think that they should have given it the attention that they're giving the Obi-Wan series already. Yeah. Because they're not doing anything for Boba Fett. And like, babes, the show is over now.
It's weird because like I know that like technically Star Wars and Marvel aren't competitors because they're in the same company.
But they are.
But like you put Book of Boba Fett up against, I know also it's a movie, so it doesn't count. But like No Way Home, you put it up against when Shang-Chi was streaming.
Yeah.
Like you put it up against the Marvel fandom, which if we're gonna compare the insanity, not I don't mean insanity in like an insult, I mean it in like the power that they have to get streaming numbers up and to get like people talking about stuff and trending. Marvel is like at One Direction at their highest right now. Like you don't go up against them right now.
Because they're finally just like intersecting all the universes and doing everything.
Yeah.
But
versus the Star Wars show, they're like, where do we fit this in the schedule of when we can get it time? And I think they just kind of like got lost and we're like, we'd have to put it out. So we're going to put it here and hopefully it gets traction. If not, we're going to have to figure it out after.
Yeah. It feels like they almost treated it as like leftovers.
Yeah.
To like, oh, well, like when in the schedule are we free to drop this? But I also think like after those movies, a lot of people kind of lost their interest in Star Wars, and like the only hope was Mandalorian because they dropped at least one season of that before, right? So like there was already traction and attention for it when it came back.
And I think that part of the marketing like flop is to try to like avoid spoilers. So they're like, we can't like tell you that much that you might get excited about because we don't want you to know that much just yet. Yeah. You know, and like I feel like only like people within the Star Wars fandom are paying attention to like the core actors of Book of Boba Fett in the first few episodes, that they would be the ones to turn on the interviews when they're doing interviews or to get them trending when they're doing it. Outside of that, they don't have as, I don't know, they just don't have the same traction that people like Pedro Pascal do.
Yeah.
That like you, regardless if you're watching Mandalorian, you see him on TV and you're like, oh, I'd watch that interview. Yeah. Like you're not they just sadly don't have the same traction in the marketing sense. And so that could be like a lot of reasons why they just didn't get the same attention that they should have.
Yeah. I know for a fact, like Boba Fett is an interesting character and he's a great character. Yeah. Like after watching this, I liked him a lot more than I did before because I obviously learned more about him than I had before. But I know for a fact, like timeline was quiet for Book of Boba Fett. Twitter timeline quiet, which is crazy for the stuff that happened. But as soon as Obi-Wan picks up, oh, everyone's going to be back to being a huge Star Wars fan because again, they're going to bring back that nostalgia that this didn't have because they were trying to be modern so much. But
you know what like kind of annoys me is that Marvel was always supposed to be summer and Star Wars should have always been winter. Like that's just how it should have sat. It makes sense. It works.
Marvel just makes sense for summer, like superheroes do.
That's what I'm saying. But then Marvel pushed their stuff later, and they had TV shows and stuff going all year long. So then their big movies would come out streaming or come out at the end of the year. And then poor Star Wars was like, oh, this is our time. Why? Because we know Star Wars after Solo wasn't doing as successful in the summer. So they had to push everything to the winter. And then all the releases, can go on this. All the releases guys started getting pushed to the winter. Why? It also lines up with toy sales. You know what? I could go on and talk about this for a very long time.
It's just,
I think they've just got really a little screwed.
Pipeline.
So I'm interested to see how the Obi-Wan show will do because it's coming out start of summer season.
I'm also interested to see what Disney's going to do. And not just like Disney the company, but like Disney parks. They are going to go crazy.
Also, Obi-Wan's coming out only a few weeks after Doctor Strange comes out.
And that's just like it starting.
Like they'll have 2 weeks after them coming out. So like again, they will be direct competitors on like the timeline.
I was gonna say I think it's Doctor Strange, then Obi-Wan, and I'm pretty sure that by the time or around the time that Obi-Wan ends, it's gonna be like 6-7 weeks. I'm pretty sure Thor's supposed to come out July.
Yeah.
So it's gonna go Doctor Strange, Obi-Wan, Thor. Disney.
Come on, white men! Come on, white men!
Take my money. Take it. Take it, bitch. I'm very intrigued as like to the Obi-Wan show, but I'm also worried.
Yeah.
This is one where I'm like, okay, As long as I don't have any expectations for Star Wars, I'm normally fine.
This is either going to go well or horrible.
Yeah. And not because of Obi-Wan, but because of the writing.
And the fandom.
Yeah. Well, that's always a given.
But, as the Star Wars Day and Star Wars episode nears closer and closer and closer, we can talk more and more and more about it.
Oh, yeah. No, that episode will be 3 hours long.
Oh my god, it'll be fucking ridiculous.
It's gonna be crazy.
Oh my gosh, I was literally about to pull down my Baby Yoda and my Darth Vader.
Pull them.
No, they're pretty high up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll have it later.
Okay. Roku. Anyways, last piece of news.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar nominations came out.
Yes.
And I will say, I am extremely surprised. I didn't even see this movie. I'm just extremely surprised that the Academy noticed Kristen Stewart and Spencer. And they gave her a nomination.
Yep.
I'm shocked. And I'm happy. I haven't seen it, but I'm happy.
I hope she wins purely out of spite.
Yeah.
Purely out of spite. See,
out of everyone that was nominated, I'm not too familiar with most of them. I did see Jessica Chastain and Tammy Faye.
Mm-hmm.
And she was insane.
Murdered that.
I also, now listen, you know me, I love Andrew Garfield. And I'm so happy he got a nomination.
Mm-hmm.
But also, he was insane in Tammy Faye.
Yeah.
He was really good. But I can see why they gave him this for Tick, Tick, Boom instead.
Mm-hmm.
But they also don't notice musicals very much.
Yeah.
So that's another kind of interesting fact about that. But are there any nominations that stood out to you?
I think the lack of diversity stood out to me.
Yeah.
I counted, and I think when I counted it, I think I saw 5 women of color of everything that was on screen nominations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like the Oscars. Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, that number could be smaller. I could be thinking of 5 people of color.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. Just
I'll have to check again, but I'm oh god. They're just I also always forget that things like the Oscars and the Grammys are rigged, and I can't take it personally or think that it actually matters.
But I will be mad every year.
Yeah.
It's always an endless cycle.
Be disappointed.
Yes, it's an endless cycle every year. I'm excited. Then the night happens. I'm ready. I'm on the couch waiting, and then I get upset after it ends, without fail, every year. I
mean, it's my tradition at this point.
Yeah, I think the Pop has to do an Oscar special this year, or a streaming party.
I'm such a dumbass. I literally be like, oh my god, we should host it.
Academy, I know we just talked some shit, but are you looking for a host too, maybe?
Thank you so much.
Could be the TN Amy.
Like me. They really like me.
They like me.
That's actually really my favorite part of the Oscars is the speeches. 100% that's my favorite part.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the red carpet.
I don't like the red carpet as much because it's not as fun.
Yeah, I just like to see what everyone's wearing. I like to see the gowns, to be honest.
I like to hear everyone's speeches, and I like them to be and I'd like to thank my 8th grade math teacher. And I love it when they're
Adele.
Oh my gosh, my favorite is when they're and to the kids at home, you could be here too. And I'm I don't know how to edit, babes. I don't know how to do CGI.
No, but you sit on the couch and you go, you're right. Mm-hmm. You're right, I could do that. That could be me.
Or my favorite is when they look to the camera and they're we have to do better. We have to save our planet. And I'm literally, you're a millionaire. What are you talking? You are in a room with the most influential people in the world. Why are you talking to me?
Well, why are you telling me that my minimum wage, not even 9 to 5 job, that I have to save the planet? You do it, babes.
Also, Don't Look Up was nominated for Best Picture.
I have so many words. So many.
I think Don't Look Up being nominated is a great example of Hollywood going, we have to do better.
It's literally.
And they think
Literally played that.
The Academy thinks if Don't Look Up wins, that like global warming will be fixed.
They will have saved our planet.
We did
and
it. And
what
then,
happened in that movie is not
and
going to
then
happen
Leonardo
ever.
DiCaprio can keep going in his private jets with Jeff Bezos, and no one's going to care.
And the 24-year-old women.
We saw Leo.
We know Leo.
We saw.
But let me just go through really fast. Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if there's normally this many, but there's like 10. There's a lot. It seems like a lot to me.
I always think it's 6, but maybe I'm wrong.
This year it is Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune. I have more words about that. King Richard, Licorice Pizza, which I also have words for that. Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story, which I have lots of words for that. Do you have any that you think will win, or are there any that you haven't heard of that you want to watch?
I think Don't Look Up has a good chance because it's a kiss-ass movie. Honestly, I think King Richard doesn't stand a chance. I think Nightmare Alley could, but it didn't get enough talk.
I don't think Nightmare Alley stands a chance.
I think it.
The hype wasn't big enough, I don't think.
Yeah, like it could because it's Guillermo del Toro, and like
they love.
I've heard nothing but great things about it, but it didn't get enough.
Yeah.
And Dog. I think Dog has a really good chance.
The Power of the Dog?
Yeah.
My parents watched it and they said it was like. Like it was. You watched 2 hours of just cowboys talking, and they said the acting was great. Like the acting awards are probably going to get given to those people.
Mm-hmm.
But storyline-wise, they were like, oh.
Honestly, aside from that, I have heard nothing but this movie was incredible. Like every single thing I've seen, every article, every review, everything has said this movie was the best. Huh. So, I mean, I think based on just audience reception and critical reviews, that has a really good chance. And I would say Don't Look Up and Power of the Dog probably, to me, have the best chance right now.
Okay. And you don't think Don't Look Up is because it's actually a great film?
I think because it's a kiss-ass movie.
Yeah.
And I don't mean kiss-ass, but they're like, wow, you're doing so good. I think because it's a huge Hollywood cast where a ton of the people that are in the cast and worked on the movie vote in the Academy.
Yeah.
I also think friends.
That them being nominated for this award for this movie, it's exactly what the movie was trying to show of how Hollywood just wants to capitalize off of global warming and our planet dying and us being in danger. And this is the exact thing that they were talking about.
Yeah, the guys that said the message didn't get the message, you know?
No. It makes me actually kind of mad that it got nominated. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, I laughed because I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It was not good.
No, don't get me wrong. I think the look of it was great. I really like the direction.
There were good aspects.
Like there are parts that I was like, that's good. I wouldn't have put it at Film of the Year, you know?
Yeah. There's a reason why when it dropped, Twitter was quiet. So there's a reason. Sorry.
I mean, I watch it once, yeah, but when you're competing against like anything else, put it up against Encanto. see if it could win then.
Guess who's going to talk about Bruno?
They were scared.
Guess who's going to talk about
Bruno? Much.
Yeah.
Not Leo.
Leo. Yeah. No. Now, I'm kind of shocked about Licorice Pizza because I haven't heard great things about this movie, and it just again feels like, hey, look, there's some famous people in this movie, and it's oh my god, what's his name? Paul Thomas Anderson. It's his film, which like he's making his comeback, or making another film.
I also think that was the Academy's quirky choice.
Yeah,
they have to like balance it out.
Somewhat indie.
Like they have the political, inspirational, artsy, quirky, dramatic. Like they have to like balance out their choices.
Yeah.
And they're like, what can we do? We could and they're like, hey, I heard this movie that's like it's like a candy and like an Italian food. And they're like Skittle spaghetti, and they're like, no, that's not it.
They're
It's
like, no. Sour Patch lasagna? No.
they're like, yeah, I mean, just like write it down and we'll figure it out in a minute.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to watch it. I haven't watched it. I know we talked about this already, but like I haven't watched it. I know Dune will not win.
No.
That's one that I know. And I think that it'll win some awards for sure for like sound editing, visuals, like things like that. But it's not winning Best Picture.
Mm-mm.
Sorry about it.
I don't think so, and I hope not.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm excited for West Side Story to be nominated. I don't think it's gonna win at all.
I don't think a remake should win Best Picture.
No, I think there's certain things that could make, or like how in Dune there are certain like components of it that could win.
Yeah, but
the film itself, no.
Adaptation's one thing. Remake,
different.
Sorry.
Like direct remake, different.
Sorry.
Who are you rooting for, actor-wise, like main categories?
I feel like Kristen, out of spite, okay. And I don't. Who would give a good speech?
Honestly, out of all of the best actors, I'm gonna say Will, Denzel, or Andrew.
Andrew would give a good speech. I'm gonna go Andrew.
Yeah, I think that he would give a good speech.
Yeah,
and not in the way of like, oh my god, I'm so like.
No, he'd give a good one.
He'd just be like the really, really intense artist kind of one. Like,
yeah, and he got to like portray an artist that never got awards and got their flowers. Like it would be like a very good.
Maybe they'll give him that for that reason, or give it to him for that reason.
Yeah, it'd be that would be a good full circle moment. That'd be nice. That'd feel great.
I agree. It made history this year. Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst are a real couple, like married in real life, and they were in The Power of the Dog together, and they both got nominated, and that's never happened. Oh well, it's them, and then also Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem, I believe. I think
they're also both nominated.
Yeah, so they both made history this year, which is wild.
And Andrea Busi is nominated for Best Supporting Actress. If she was to win, her and Rita Moreno would be the only two actresses to both win Best Supporting Actress for the same role.
That's crazy.
I'm rooting for that to happen. Like, it's not like I actually am like, no, they were definitely the best. I'm just going to be like, ooh, something fun could happen. I want it.
Yeah. I feel like, again, the Oscars are rigged, and I could see them doing that just for the headlines alone.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
You know? Like, they're almost kind of doing it for that, and they're like, yes!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what'll happen, but I also don't even know when the Oscars are going to be. Like, genuinely, I have no idea. I think it's in March sometime, but
they're normally February, but I'm guessing they got pushed back.
They did get pushed back, I know for a fact. Yeah. But yeah. Well,
I'm excited. I want the drama. I want somebody to fall. Like I
wanted J-Lo, or not J-Lo, J-Law.
Again, as I'm just talking really quickly about my celebrity speeches, I just want to say really quick, death to the relatable celebrity. Screw it. I don't want you to like eat pizza anymore. I want you to be so unattainable. I want a fantasy. I don't want like, oh my God, I'm so nervous that I like had a burger before I came out in the record. No, you're wearing like the most expensive dress you've ever seen in your life. You're playing.
Tell us you're going to eat caviar.
Give it to us. Give us the fantasy. I'm over it.
Give us the glamour that we want.
Babes,
that we want.
After 2020, we know we are not in the same tax bracket. I don't need you to pretend like you go to the Dollar Tree. It's okay. I'm over it. Give me the fantasy. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. That's it.
Listen, I think the Pop should do some interviews at the Oscars.
I think
would it happen?
No.
No. Let me talk to my people and I'll get back to you on that, okay?
You know the interview with Kylie and Kendall and Jennifer Lawrence when they go, what is the last word in the Hunger Games? And she goes, end. And they go, no, it's go. And she goes, no, what kind of book would end in go? You guys clearly don't read a lot of books.
That's what we should do.
That's my dream interview.
That's what we should do. I want to go up to the red carpet, see Andrew Garfield, and just scream bloody murder when I see him.
If I saw Andrew Garfield on the red carpet, I go, so how does it feel to be a liar?
He'd probably laugh. He probably would. I'd be like, hi, Peter number 3. What number?
Like,
what number are you?
3.
Yeah.
So what was it like working with Tobey Maguire?
How's Tom Holland?
You know what I would do to every single actor?
Tom Holland. Do you like Tom Holland?
I'd go, Jennifer. And when they go, yeah, I go, do you like acting?
No, if I saw Andrew Garfield, you know what I'd do? How's Zendaya? You like Zendaya? And like in their face too, like, you know the SNL sketch with Bill Hader when he's like the old weatherman? Yeah. And he's like, all right, what happened?
I'd be like,
and he like hit him on the face. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Kicked out immediately. I don't care. I don't care. But that's it for the news.
Yeah, if we didn't talk your ear off yet, just wait.
Yeah. God.
Well, now, right. I know. Now we got to get into the sports. So, so the B-ball goes to the touchdown. No. What we really have to talk about is the halftime show.
The best part of the Super Bowl. The only part that matters.
When I was watching it, my family was literally like, hey, we're going to take a walk. And I was like, it's the halftime show. And they're like, yeah, the game's not on. And I was like, it's the halftime show. And I was like, do you want me to pause it? And they're like, sure. And I was like, actually, I don't want to pause it. Like, I want to have this moment.
Yeah. Like,
they did watch it, though. They did.
I was going to say, how... Okay, no. I'm not even going to start.
I would just like to say, I had very low expectations going into this one.
I did, too.
I don't really know why, because I was like, I knew I was going to like the music. I just, like, didn't really know how they were going to pull it off. And so I was like, I'm going to go in with low expectations, so I'm not, like, upset. Blew it out of the water.
Yeah. I think, well, I had a couple of reasons why I didn't have high expectations for it. And one was because of how many people there were headlining it, where I was like, okay, you can't have that many headliners, right? Yeah. If you're going to have a headliner, do like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, right? Headliners. Then like guest features, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, like on and on, right? But the fact that they were all headliners is like a little weird, given that they all only did like a song and a half, 2 songs.
I think it kind of worked though.
Yeah.
Like it worked together pretty well.
Yeah. I think another reason, and I'm going to get into this because I have like the research of the Super Bowl halftime shows that I've done. But whenever I watch a halftime show or one that I really like, it's a performance. This artist is a performer and they can do choreography or they have a huge stage presence. You know, it's not like I'm just watching someone play a song, right? Like they are able to captivate an entire stadium. And again, I will stand by this. I don't think Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg did that. It was fun to see them in their element, having fun on the stage, but like they were probably my least favorite part of the whole thing. And, you know, that's just my personal opinion, but that's what I look for in a Super Bowl halftime show. And maybe that's because I'm tired of the football and I want something to catch my attention again. But yeah.
I mean, I think when it comes to Super Bowl halftime show, I am looking literally just to have a good time. I don't honestly, I don't even care about the artistry of it. Like, I don't. Like, it needs to be, like, just the most fun and entertaining thing. I don't want anything deep. I don't want to think. No, that is not what today is about. So, for me, I was like, they came out and they're, like, West Coast.
California.
Like, I was like, yeah, absolutely. The set, absolutely, 100%. Genius. Gorgeous. Stunning. Amazing. Incredible. Nostalgic. Timeless. Wow. Even just the like, it just worked for me. And I don't think it was kind of the evidence that I'm like, I guess you don't need to be like the Beyonce, like, doom, 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 like this very big dramatic thing to like get everyone to feel like, you know what, I'm having a good time. It doesn't have to be like the drama of it. It can just be we're having a good time.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Which is
Okay.
why, like, when I think about like the Weeknd and whatnot, and this is not against the Weeknd, I just feel like he was a weird choice when I think of what I'm looking for a Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Which I'm till this day still shocked that he was actually picked.
As just him.
Yes.
Like,
that's
it
the
not
part that
him
I'm
and
shocked
like
about.
someone else. That it was just the Weeknd, and I stand by that. And he did a good job.
Not that the show was bad. I'm just shocked that he was actually picked. That's the part that was shocking.
For himself.
Yeah. Especially, maybe it's me, especially because he's not American. And in my head, like, I remember, like, I was like, oh, the Spice Girls should do the Super Bowl, like, when I was much younger. And I was like, no, they're, like, not American. This is, like, our thing.
Yeah.
This is for us. And so, I don't know, maybe it was, like, an American Pride moment that, like, I've just solidified in myself that, like, the halftime performers should be representing America.
Yeah, I
made that up.
That's I mean, we also have Shakira.
Standard. Yeah, no, this was a made-up standard. This was made up. This is not real.
It's like Shakira.
Let me be clear. This was not real. I made that up for myself, and it like lives in the back of my head that every time Super Bowl runs around, I'm like, are they American?
No. It's online. You can find it online.
Oh, really?
It's a rule made, but no.
Oh. I was like, no way! Really?
I can't believe you believed me. I thought the joke was clear.
You were really serious.
Oh, really? No.
You felt like really confident in your answer.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say this year, the one thing, that set is incredible, but the one thing my dad told me that I didn't even realize until I was rewatching it is only half of the stadium got to see it, which is so fucked up.
But I did realize a lot of the time they do only face one way for the show.
No matter what, if you're only facing one way of the show, it doesn't matter who it is. That is fucked up.
No, but I realized most of the halftime shows, as I was watching, because I was thinking that too, and I was like, damn, especially because it's like closed off on the other side. For at least 90% of the halftime shows I've seen, they're all facing one way. So if you're on the other side of the stadium, you're only seeing the back half of the performance regardless.
That's so fucked.
This is why I talked about Harry Styles being in the round for this tour and how I'm not really sure if he's an in-the-round performer.
Yeah.
Because that is
because it's a struggle.
Difficult.
Yeah, that's just a really hard thing to do.
And when you have like the Super Bowl, which literally is months and months and months and months and months of planning and choreography and like working out every single detail, and they don't even do it in the round.
Yeah. I will say, like, the only thing with the one-sidedness of this was that they blocked it off with walls. Mm-hmm. Like, you physically could not see anything, and if I bought a ticket behind it, I'd be pissed. Because all they got to see was Eminem in the back of Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
I think it's a cheaper ticket. Like, I think it's like,
I'm sure.
When you buy that ticket, you know you're seeing the back half.
Without a doubt. But
if you're going to the Super Bowl, I'd be like, well, I got the cheaper ticket. What do I expect?
The thing is, if I was going to the Super Bowl, which I'm probably not ever going to, babes, I'm going to buy the ticket where I can watch the halftime show. That's what I'd be there for. Which is why I'm saying I'm probably never going to go. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's not feasible.
Yeah.
But what was your favorite part or favorite artist from this year?
Kendrick.
I agree.
Kendrick came out and I was like,
He's the one, honestly, that surprised me. I was shocked. I forgot that he's like an incredible performer.
I know.
And like he came out and I yelled. Like I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Actually, I take that back. You know who's my favorite performer? Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
He literally came on the street and I went, Anderson .Paak! Like,
I didn't know. I wasn't in my house alone. We were having a Super Bowl party and everyone was outside. I thought I was alone and I went, oh my God! My Aunt Esty was in the kitchen. Like I was so embarrassed, but I'm so proud of him.
I know. My mom literally, she came to me later and she's like, did you see Anderson .Paak performing? I was like, yeah,
You didn't
hear the scream? You didn't hear the scream?
Beanie?
But
the beanie, yeah, you see that smile?
It was a good surprise. Also, 50 Cent hanging like a bat was fun.
Yeah. That was insane.
Loved it. Also, I will say the dancers and choreography was oh my god, so good.
Hold on. It's a really, really famous choreographer who did the whole thing. I'm blanking on her name. Hold on. Mm, mm, oh my god, what? Why am I blanking? I know it starts with an F. Fatima Robinson.
Mm.
She's an insanely like iconic choreographer. Sorry. But she choreographed the whole thing. So, of course, the choreography was going to be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sitting there, especially during Kendrick's. Like, I was like,
honestly, the part that the choreography
everything
came out to me was 50 Cent. Like, the dancers behind him, I was like, like, that's
not to be rude, but they kind of carried.
They did.
Like, without them,
I just can't get over the set. The set was just so good.
It was really cool. Like, I think it was weird, like, when they announced it, I was like, oh, for LA? And then, like, I realized, I was like, yeah, for LA.
My mom was like, Eminem's from Detroit. And I was like, we need to get over it.
Yeah. Well, he's the one where I was like, okay, a bit odd.
I said, I was like, he doesn't really fit the sound of everybody else. I get why, because it's Dr. Dre. I get it.
Yeah.
But
I also think that, like, if you're gonna do Eminem, do Eminem. Like, have him be like half the show. You know, he has enough hits to supply himself as half the show. He got way too small of a slot for who he is and how big he is. Like, obviously, Lose Yourself, it started and everyone was like, oh.
It's Lose Yourself.
Oh, my God. Stop the show.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But, like, yeah, I just think he could have done another show, another year with a bigger slot. And maybe he will.
I don't think he will or should.
Now, I don't like him as a person.
I don't think he's, again, according to my standards of a Super Bowl halftime show, I don't think he'll meet the standard.
Yeah. I just mean in iconicness and discography.
He could do a good concert, but I don't think, like, even like choreography wise, and just like if you were watching the show at the stadium, he had people jumping up and down, like, so like it.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like a guest spot.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, he wouldn't be able to have it just Eminem as the, you know, the artist, but like if he was a guest spot and got a little bit more time than what he got.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd want to. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
He does. I think he was like, I got the money, I did it, I'm fine.
He was like,
that just seems like Eminem. I feel like he could care less.
Mom spaghetti. Yeah.
Vomit on his way. Hello?
He's nervous.
He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks cold and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting that the whole town, the whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words don't come out. He's smoking now. Everybody's choking now. Da, da, da. Yeah.
Period.
Snap back to
reality. Oh, the gold gravity. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Speaking of guest spots, I'm going to talk about like some other Super Bowl performances really quick.
Yes.
I think we can all agree. To me, one of the smartest Super Bowl decisions was
I already know which one you're going to say.
Bringing back Beyonce and Bruno Mars. Because Bruno Mars, I could be wrong. He did the 1 or 2 years prior to that.
Yes, I believe so.
And it was like the year in between, he came up with Uptown Funk. And everyone's like, if he had this when he had done Super Bowl, the crowd would have gone insane. And I remember they announced he was going to be a guest spot, and I was like, oh,
hell yes.
You did it. You did that. That was smart.
To me, he and like Beyonce are the standard that I look for in a Super Bowl halftime show where like, I'm like, yes, like everything just feels like it's so well thought out. And like the effort is 1,000%.
Yeah.
And at least with like Bruno Mars, like I know Beyonce is Beyonce, right? Like that's just a given. But Bruno Mars, it's like he has this little like group of backup dancers that just look like they're having fun. Like it's just a good vibe.
Yeah. And
that's what I love.
That's what I'm saying, when it comes to the halftime show, I just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't care about the artistry. And I know that all of the pieces are art. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, I don't need you to be like, look at me being like the absolute best singer in the world. I'm like, you could lip sync, honestly, for all I care, as long as we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it should be more about, like, I'm trying to put on a good, happy show for the entire world than I am trying to show off my artistry and what a good artist I am. That is for the concert when people are paying you to be an artist for them. To me, this is like the show.
Like,
it's
as iconic as Beyonce's is, I feel like her guest spot in that Coldplay year is almost better.
Yes.
Because of the fact of how riled up that crowd got. Like, the energy was obviously her just being like, look, I'm back and I'm ready to have fun. Also, formation with a marching band, are you joking?
Also,
are you joking?
When she had done, we just went, also. But when Beyonce had originally done her first halftime show, I think she had a little bit more under of like, this is her comeback. This is me after I've had my child. Like, look what, I'm still here. Versus when she came back with Coldplay, she was like, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, she was like, I have nothing
to prove to anybody. I'm literally
like, I'm Beyonce. Like,
bitch, I just dropped one of the biggest albums, no promotion, again. Like, I have nothing to lose. I'm here to have a good time because my song's great and you all want to watch me perform.
Yeah.
I'm put on a show and I'm having fun.
I also, back to Bruno Mars really fast, I do think his year that he performed at the Super Bowl was almost like The Weeknd, where he was just a little too early.
Yes.
You know, like, when it was announced, of course everyone loves Bruno Mars, but I was like, weird choice given that he has 2 albums.
He was too early and Justin Timberlake was too late. And Katy Perry was too late. Katy Perry was like an album or 2 late.
Katy Perry's makes me so sad. Because she is exactly what the Super Bowl needs.
And they gave it to her at the wrong time. Like,
they gave it to her in maybe 2013, 2012.
Which everyone would have said that was too early, but it would have been perfect.
No, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Because technically, like, her, I don't want to say golden era, but like, when you think of Katy Perry, you're thinking of Teenage Dream, right? And that's where the camp started. That era, I don't know if she's ever going to get back to that.
Yeah.
Just genuinely, from how iconic that is as an era itself, like, it should have been somewhat in the same realm as that. Maybe right after Prism.
Yeah, like immediately after Prism.
Yeah.
It should have been the promo tour for Prism.
Can't wait. Exactly. You can't wait.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
Which is why when Coldplay did theirs, it was kind of like a weird time for Coldplay as well.
Coldplay's just such a weird choice.
Like, I get that also they're one of those, like, we're just having a good time, we're happy. But it was like, they were smart because they were like, we know nobody wants to hear us right now. We know everybody wants to hear is Formation, Uptown Funk. That's literally all they want to hear. And we know that, and we're going to give that to you because what we serve.
Yeah.
And a side of Coldplay, baby. Like, literally, they were like a side of Coldplay.
And it was great.
It was exactly.
They knew what they were doing. Now, we talked about Justin Timberlake a little bit, but I would like to say, personally, that's one of my favorite Super Bowl halftimes. I think that it's incredible. And maybe that's because I listened to Justin Timberlake so much growing up and, like, I looked up to him growing up, but, like, that halftime show blew me away.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember it very well.
Okay.
I do remember the Prince tribute, and that's all that I, like, very distinctly remember of that halftime show.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine. That's fine. I was going to say...
I feel nothing towards it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember being like,
that was
I don't remember it being Maroon 5's.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That whole year was a mess. All of it. All of it.
Uh-oh.
What they needed was what Coldplay did. And they didn't have that.
No. No, because we can't trust Adam to do that.
Well, the thing is, it's not even that, like, Coldplay or that Maroon 5 doesn't have the hits to like supply itself.
Mm-hmm.
But that is another example of you need the stage presence to carry the halftime show.
Which is another example of they should have done it earlier if they were going to do it. Which exactly. I still think Maroon 5 is also kind of like a weird choice to do it.
It's a weird choice, but it's also such a universal, like, yeah, like almost every big Maroon 5 hit where like it's guaranteed to have a crowd like, oh, I do like this song. Yeah. Oh,
but then you know what? They should have had like Kelly Clarkson do it. Like if we're gonna go off of like they just got a bunch of hits, then I'm like, you should have the American Idol. She fits all my standards.
Actually, do you want to hear a fun fact?
Yes.
I went to the Maroon 5 and Kelly Clarkson tour in 9th grade.
And you know what you said when you were there? You're like, she should do the halftime show.
I didn't.
Oh.
But I do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there not for Kelly. I was there for Maroon 5 actually. But if it were now, I'd be there for Kelly and not Maroon 5. Sorry. I'm just going to go through. I have some notes.
Okay.
Another one of my favorite halftime shows, and this, maybe it's because I'm a big fan of this artist, but also just because they're an amazing performer, it's Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah. Lady Gaga, again, was like one of those very smart ones where it was like she's going to have a good time, but she's also going to be like, this is a celebration of me.
Yeah.
Where like
which, honestly, if you're gonna be performing at the halftime show,
it should feel like a celebration,
like a fun celebration.
Yeah,
not to be like, look at, I'm so amazing.
Yeah,
I'm incredible. Like you could be amazing and incredible, and you can show that. But you should also be like, and we're here to party,
and we're having a good time.
We're all gonna be singing and dancing for maybe 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a good time.
There you go. I loved it. I thought it was smart. I thought everything worked. I thought she looked incredible. I thought the costumes were really smart.
The costumes were so cool. Even the hair change, all of it.
It was one of those where you're like, the timing on that was perfect.
Amazing.
But
it was also
right
kind
time
of
and place for Gaga.
Yeah, it was
looking back, it was the right time and place.
Yeah, it was a weird time, like when I think back on it, given that it was her Joanne era, and that's like the one that no one wants to recognize. But she also had a giant hit in that era.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was like the right time and place because it was an era that like was a little bit more acceptable among people that wouldn't always listen to Gaga. Like when they were listening to the hits of Joanne, they were like, oh wait, this is Gaga? And they could feel like it was the right time and place for like just like the general public to be like, oh, I know that one song I really like, and I also remember all these others that maybe I didn't listen to, but I remember them. See,
that's why that's another like thing that the artist who's performing should have is hits that just everyone can know.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be too specific to like, oh, I'll only know 2 Lady Gaga songs, right?
Yeah.
You've at least heard most of these songs quite a lot. Just because they were radio hits and they were big and they still live up to the hype as when they came out,
Yeah.
And we're back.
Hello. Sorry. Back. Technical difficulty.
Little difficulty there, but we're back.
Good.
And where did we leave off? We were talking about.
You were gonna give us some notes on our Super Bowl.
Yes. We were talking about Gaga, from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I also have something to say about Super Bowl halftime and the effect with social media, especially Twitter. The memeability of a halftime show also is what will like skyrocket it into being, a good one, to being one that'll be remembered for a very long time. And Gaga is a big example of that, when she jumped off the roof. Or, they One Nation and for all. Boom, just like flying in.
Immediately thinking of Left Shark.
Oh my God. I forgot about Left Shark.
Also thinking of that picture of Beyonce that she tried to get removed from the internet.
What picture of Beyonce?
You don't know the picture of Beyonce?
I have no memory of that.
It's this picture of her during the halftime performance, and she looks really aggressive in it, and like because they're getting her like mid dance moves. She makes look up the I think it's like Beyonce halftime show, Bad Picture.
Okay, I'm on it. I have no memory of that. Let's see. Another memeable halftime performance that we already talked about. Maroon 5, Travis Scott with the SpongeBob.
Now that was smart.
That was the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was a really smart move, especially for Travis Scott, because let's be real, he was kind of an odd guest to have. Like, it wasn't his time yet to even be a guest. So that was something to make his set memorable, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, of course I remember that picture of Beyonce. I didn't realize it was that, though. Oh my God. Not that. Oh, Beyonce. That picture will live on forever.
Yes.
It totally will. Let's see. What are the other Super Bowl halftimes? I'm thinking.
Madonna.
Okay. Madonna was a weird one. I feel like she has the hits, but I don't know if it's just me. I'm just not a big fan of Madonna.
It was a weird time to do Madonna.
Yeah. Wasn't it like right when 4 Minutes came out, or am I crazy?
I think it was a little bit after that.
Because that's a great song for that.
Yeah, but I don't think Justin was a guest for that.
I don't think so. Which, again, weird choice, but okay. Yeah. Like, she's like, to me, the idea of the hits are there, but I don't know if like her energy is there. Like, she wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like she just took it seriously, which is what I feel like Madonna is all the time. That's just my personal opinion. You know, Michael Jackson was the standard for the Super Bowl halftime. He really kind of changed the like trajectory of the halftime show, because after that, it was never the same.
The bar was raised.
Yeah. And I believe that one was at the Rose Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. So it's our local halftime show. Michael Jackson. What's up, MJ? How you doing, man? Do you have a personal favorite halftime show?
I think favorite that I would like rewatch will probably be Gaga's.
Yeah. Honestly, I watch that one a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I go back and watch it maybe every couple months.
I also think J.Lo and Shakira's doesn't get enough credit for as much as they did.
Yeah.
Like, it got a little overlooked, and that was like at fault of the year that it was. And after everything had gone on, everyone was really tired and like trying to forget everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's weird because like Shakira did what I wanted J-Lo to do.
Yeah.
You know? But it's not that J-Lo was bad.
No.
It's just I was like, oh, well, I wanted what Shakira gave me.
Shakira didn't match up. Gave what needed to be given.
Yeah. I think Shakira is also just overlooked a lot, especially in America. Like, everywhere else in the world, people freaking bow at Shakira's feet because she's an incredible performer. But here, she tends to be overlooked a lot. And I think that halftime show really showed that. Even after that, America still was like, yeah, fine, you know?
Yeah.
But
you know who I think should do the next halftime show?
Who?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay.
He just does
I'm in for it.
He does a 15-minute rap. No breaks, no different songs. It's one song, 15-minute song.
I'd like to hear him just play the demos for all of his musicals.
Yeah. But in like actuality, who should actually do it next year? And if they don't get this person by next year, I'm going to be upset.
Doja Cat?
Miley Cyrus.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like, it is the time is now. The time is this moment.
If you're gonna get Miley Cyrus, you have to do a whole, like how this year was like the rappers. I want a whole rock
That's
after
but that that's what I'm
show.
saying. If Miley's the headliner, she'll get all those as the special guest.
Like Stevie Nicks, Billy
Yep.
Idol,
Yep.
Joan Jett will do
Yep.
it. That's just like
Bitch,
off of this album alone.
I fucking bet she can get Dolly.
I was gonna say, like, I know that she would get Dolly to do it, but I don't know if it would work for like if they were doing a rock kind of
I don't
thing.
care. I don't care. Bring Dolly on. She can just
Like
stand there. She doesn't have to sing. She's just
I
there.
want I want Miley to cover Jolene and Dolly joins her. That's what I want.
Now is the time.
Dolly,
Now,
we're waiting.
this moment, NFL. The time is now to get Miley Cyrus. Right now. You already had her do the tailgate. The time
This
is
is
now.
the Pop's request for Miley Cyrus to play the Super Bowl halftime show.
If there was ever a time, now is the time.
I also would request maybe one song by Billy Ray Cyrus, and it is Achy Breaky Heart. Thank you.
And you also bring out Lil Nas X.
Yes, for Old Town Road.
I'm just saying, now is the time. She's got the hits. She's got the public opinion on her side. She's got the looks. She's got presence. She's got it all right now. Now is the time.
They even did the Super Bowl, or SoFi had a Super Bowl weekend where this past weekend before the show or the game, they had 3 nights in a row, and it was Halsey and Machine Gun Kelly one night. Next night was Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, and then the third night was Miley Cyrus and Green Day, and they called it the Super Bowl. I don't remember if it was like Showdown something, but it was sponsored by the NFL. Can you imagine Green Day and Miley Cyrus like actually doing the halftime show?
I'm just saying.
Come on.
It's time.
Come on.
I need it.
We're waiting.
Immediately.
I think we talked about this. I think the Jonas Brothers would be a great contender as like a side
I think maybe like when they first came back, I honestly would have been fine with them headlining only because they have the hits and they're fun and colorful, and it would have been just like no pressure, easy peasy. Everyone would have been like, oh, it's burning up, yay. I think now Jonas Brothers or DNC as the tailgate, 110%.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
That needs to happen.
Run Joe 2 checks.
He has to do 2 shows. I don't give a shit.
He has to do 2. Back to back, baby. Back to back.
Booked and busy.
Yeah. Isn't that what you would want?
You're welcome.
We are literally the Joe Jonas campaign.
Yeah.
Like, I will literally
You're welcome,
do anything
Joe.
for that man.
You're welcome.
I should have a Stan Twitter account at this point.
Yeah. Maybe.
I used to have the Joe Jonas poster up in my room when I was 8.
So maybe it's a full circle moment, you know?
Maybe I should get one again.
There you go. Oh, you know who should also do the halftime show? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He has songs. And he was a football player.
Drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
You can't tell me that won't get him hype. You can't say that won't get them hype.
I think he should do a pre-show.
I mean, he was a football player, so like he on stage, off stage, he's on the field, off the field.
He also knows quite a lot about football because he was in the movie The Game Plan. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of people think Ariana should do the halftime. Ariana should do the halftime show next. No.
I love her.
I don't think she's
maybe
that
guest
girl.
spot.
I don't think she's the girl for it.
I don't think she's the girl for it right now. I think maybe she could be, or if she did, it wouldn't be like we're watching Gaga. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just something a little off about the idea, and I can't quite place it. Because technically she would be a great person for it, but there's something off. And I can't tell you what.
And
I love her.
Yeah. I think like it's not giving the what's the right word?
Not giving what needed to be gave.
That's all that I can say. Like, it's not that
Yeah.
it's not celebratory. It's not that it's not, like, performance. It's not that. Maybe it's soft. I'm not looking for soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's one of the soft pop girlies. It's a
Yeah,
little too
she's
emotional.
soft. No, babes, we're here to party. Super Bowl is drinking a White Claw at 3 p.m.
I hate that I literally was just like, I just thought, like, oh, she's too emotional. And I was like, Taylor Swift for Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, no, it's like honestly too lyrical and deep.
It's
Maybe like
too deep.
All Too Well 10-minute version, and that's like the entire show.
Maybe Taylor Swift and Adele split.
Maybe.
I don't know. I want Cher to do a spot.
I think Little Mix should do it.
They
Cher
don't,
and
babes,
Little
they
Mix.
couldn't even tour in America.
I think Cher and Little Mix, and then Niall Horan as the guest spot, and then
No. Headliner, Fifth Harmony.
their reunion is actually the Super Bowl halftime show. To be honest.
Yeah, that's iconic.
Pause. One Direction reunion, the halftime show. They
With Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And they do like what they did for this one, where they each come out and they like do their own little thing, and then they get together and get what they sing. Best song ever.
Work. The thing is, like, if that were to happen, again, Harry, I love you. I don't want anyone cheering for Watermelon Sugar or that shit. You know what I want them cheering for? You know, I used to be in 1D. Now I'm not free. People want me for one thing. That's not me.
I'm not changing the way
That's
they act.
what I want. That and stack it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be us.
I want
we're gonna be two people in the eyes. Like,
they're gonna show us on the camera because we're like, that's how it should be.
And Liam's gonna hand us the mic and be like, "Bitch,
You're like, bitch, give me the mic.
Strip that down for me.
Dun, 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 dun. Strip that down, girl. Love when you hit the ground. Yeah. Strip that down, girl. Love when you hit the.
Period.
This isn't Super Bowl, but I think for a festival lineup, Liam Payne would eat. He would eat. Clean the plate.
Yep.
So would Niall Horan. Honestly, any of them would. To be quite honest, I think most of them would. Why not just perform together?
Literally. It's time.
One Direction management team. I know you don't exist anymore, but I'm waiting. Ding, 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 ding.
But at the end of the day, my pick for next year is 110% Miley Cyrus. Anything else, and I will be upset.
I would like to see Doja Cat as a side spot. Yes. Because again, she's not big enough to do it itself.
Mm-hmm.
But she has exactly what we need: the fun songs, the stage presence, everything to get the crowd moving and hype.
Yeah.
She's the perfect pick. And I would say Megan Thee Stallion could as well, but I don't think that she is the same.
I think Megan can Doja can PG herself better than Megan can. And the halftime show does have to be PG.
Yeah. And that's a problem.
That is a problem. But I feel like Miley's in a very good era where she's like adult but can also easily like manipulate herself to be okay for a family audience. And by family, I don't mean like child. I mean appropriate for a family.
Yeah. Where the whole family can sit and watch the halftime
and
show.
Enjoy it. And maybe not the children grasp everything, but the parents don't feel like they're exposing their children to anything. That might be a step ahead of them.
Yeah, and she can still be raunchy enough to the point where the kids don't understand, but like the parents will.
Yeah, and I feel like Doja has a better ability of getting there than Megan would have to alter her lyrics too much and have to do too much to like cover things that she said or does. Like it would be too difficult for Megan to do that.
A little too hardcore. You know what I mean?
It also takes away what makes her
music being like that.
Yeah, it takes away what makes Megan Megan.
I think if anything, she could do the pre-show.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like that'd be great.
Depending on where it is.
Yeah. Also, I don't think that they're at this level at all. But in my mind, a perfect pre-show performer, 5 Seconds of Summer. And that's just because it's me. Can you imagine Teeth as a Super Bowl pre-show banger? That song
you
should
didn't
have
have to
gotten
put that in my head.
that song should have gotten what Centuries by Fall Out Boy got. Also, hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait. We just did something. Wait. Pause it. Pause.
You know what?
Pause.
No.
Hold on.
No. Turn off the cameras.
Okay.
Turn off the cameras.
But listen. Emo night at the Super Bowl halftime show.
I don't know what
we
to
know
do
those bands already work together. And listen, I just know that. And listen. Before you say anything else, Demi Lovato comes in, special guest.
There's no pulse. My pulse is gone.
That would be it, because you know how this one was like all the people that like were in their 40s now were listening to like this music for this year's for like Dre and everything.
Yeah.
Because now it's like the millennials era. Mm-hmm. This would be
Yeah.
Okay, NFL, I will be taking Venmo or Apple Pay or Cash App.
Write me a check.
You can contact me via email, social media for any design, planning, direction.
All I'm saying is I know for a fact. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Brendan Urie myself, but I know for a fact the NFL is probably waiting on Panic at the Disco.
Bitch, the way Victorious is about to blast through those speakers. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Me, let me go. Also, what a shame the poor groomsbride. No.
Yeah, what a shame the poor groomsbride
is a whore. And it could be like, is what?
And everybody goes,
I chime in
Patriot.
With you. Huh?
And everybody goes, a Patriot, like the team.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm kind of just imagining, you know, like they'll just shout like whatever team they don't like.
I think that's a great idea.
Do we just plan the next 2 Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we did.
Because again, like we're just having a good time. These are good times.
You know what?
Huh?
I'm not waiting for Doja Cat for a different year, because I also know that she does emo punk covers. I want her in this one, because then everyone who's like, oh, we don't have enough from like different genres, not everyone's gonna get their piece. Yes, they will.
Yes, they will.
Yes, they will.
Come on now.
I need it immediately. She's not American. Avril Lavigne.
Because that's a rule. Actually.
That's a rule, actually. I don't know if you know that, but you have to Google it. It's a rule. Can you imagine Skater Boy at the fucking Super Bowl?
I would live.
Hey, you, I like a girlfriend. I would pay money to see like Peyton Manning or someone on the sidelines like, hey, you. I know they're not on the sidelines for it, but I would pay money to see that. All those guys just in their uniforms like hey. They're like, oh, like a girlfriend. Also, Blink-182. Fall Out Boy. Maybe My Chemical Romance. Actually, take it all back. Paramore for the entire halftime show. Because they've got the hits. Give Hayley Williams her check now. Thank you.
Instead of that festival, literally just make it the halftime show. Everybody gets 30 seconds.
Literally. Also, you know what I found out?
Most of your 30 seconds.
Give them 30 seconds of one song. They get to pick.
Figure it out.
Whatever part they want.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I found out is that festival actually, so you know how it was one day, right? So apparently they booked out the full weekend at that venue.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just copy and pasting all of those artists every day. So they're not splitting them up. They're doing the 60 plus artists for 3 days in a row.
They said figure it out. That's not my problem. I gave you what you wanted. That's your thing now.
How dumb is Live Nation? I'm so sorry, Live Nation. After the devastation that was Astroworld, you want to chance this 3 times?
They said yeah. Yeah.
I can't. Get out. I can't. Out.
We'll have to see, because I don't even know what to say. There's nothing to say.
Yeah. Now, like, if it was like super cheap, maybe I'd go. Just to like.
Maybe I'll go to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Like, maybe I'll see if I can swing it.
Maybe I'd go. Yeah. Would you ever want to go to a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, who would not want to say that they've been to a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You know, like the experience of it. It's kind of like a very intense, like, I don't want to say Coachella, but like a very intense like music festival or a very intense like concert that you're like, I probably wouldn't do this many times, but I want to do it just to say and have the experience of I've done it.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing it, I'm going broke. I'm doing the most expensive things I could get. Like, if it's going to happen, it's going to go big.
Yeah. See, I think I would only really go if I'm like, you know how the celebrities have like the boxes and they all share them?
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm going.
Yeah.
Or like Twitter, like I saw like all the influencers like Manny MUA, Chris Clemens, they all got invited by Twitter because Twitter bought out a box. That's how I'd be going. I'm not paying for a seat.
Yeah.
And then getting shitty nachos or a hot dog and paying like $25 for it.
I'm also, if I'm going, I'm bringing outfits for both teams, because there's no way in hell I'm going to the Super Bowl and then being caught wearing the losing team's jersey. And that's not like loyalty. That's like, I'm not losing that memory.
Your shirt is one, and then your jacket is the other team's colors. So
it actually just has like a detachable.
Just a little Velcro moment where you just kind of like back on. And you can switch it on and off based on who's winning.
It's actually that rhinestone or those sequins that you rub.
Yeah.
But I would go and I would wear like neutral accessories and then switch it.
Yeah. Like jeans or like black
unless
and white.
It was like my team, then I'd be like loyal. But if it was like teams I don't really care about and I just had the opportunity to go, then I don't know loyalty. That is a girl I do not know.
Loyalty, I'm Cassie.
I'm partying wherever I can.
I am Cassie when it comes to the Super Bowl, okay?
You know, the thing about Cassie from Euphoria, by the way, for listeners, is she might not be Little Maddie, but that girl is loyal to somebody, and his name is Satan. And she has not switched sides yet.
His name, Satan Jacobs. Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say Nathan, but that's just Nathaniel, which is also his name.
But Nathan works. Like, it actually works.
Nathan.
He's Satan. Nathan Satan. Satan Nathan.
Girl, you're dating Nathan Satan.
Hey, Michelle, question. How long have you been fucking Nate Jacobs?
That, if I was a senior in high school, that'd be my yearbook quote.
I can't. I still say it to my mom.
Literally?
Like,
if somebody goes, hey, question, my immediate thought is, how long have you been fucking Nate Jacobs?
How long have you been fucking Nate Jacobs? Like, my mom this week, too, when she was, like, cooking stuff for the Super Bowl, I walked in because I was going to watch Euphoria. I was like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I don't really care. This is my Super Bowl. Maddie and Cassie. I'm ready for the SmackDown. And I walked in and I was like, oh, I'm going to go watch Euphoria. And she was like, oh, yeah. And I looked at her and I just said, you stupid fucking bitch. I'm going to fuck you up. And she's like, is that what they said? She had no memory. The thing is, my mom watches Euphoria, but like, you know, I'll pick up on the line and I'll use it and she might not remember it. But you stupid fucking bitch. I'm going to fuck you up. From one Maddie to another.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like we've drifted off of Super Bowl.
We always do. Because, we're such big sports fans. And
I'm
you know
such
what?
a football girly.
I was thinking about how, like, I've been told from, like, elder men that, like, you have to understand sports for, like, guys to like you. And I'm like, here's the dealio, is I understand sports and I enjoy watching sports, but I choose to have the personality of, ew, sports for fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun to me.
Yeah.
To be like, sports ball, like hoops on the touchdown, like, that's funny. That is so much more fun than being like, oh my god, that 3-point, like, than to, like, play along with understanding it. It's so much more fun to, like, just be like, I don't get it. It's so much better.
Also, why the fuck would I? Why would I? For a man.
Oh, no, never. That's not why I learned.
If he wants me to do that, he can watch Drag Race all 14 seasons and catch up and let me know what he thinks.
I just believe in, like, enjoying what you enjoy, and if you don't enjoy the football, you don't have to watch football. If you don't enjoy Drag Race, you don't have to watch it. If you enjoy basketball, you can go ahead and watch it. Like, there is no, like, because of your gender, because of anything, you have to enjoy or understand regardless. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. We've been over this.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter. I just think it's funny to play that up.
To play the bimbo kind of
sports. Not even bimbo, just like anti-sport.
Yeah. Well, because then it gives off the stereotypical bimbo.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like part of the stereotype. Even if it's not true, it's part of the stereotype by default.
It's still fun.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. It is. Well,
until the next halftime show.
The next halftime show. I'm actually pretty interested as to who's going to do it next, because I think that they announced it maybe like halfway through the year, right?
I think so. Or I feel like they announced it, I don't know. I'm trying to think of when they announced the other ones, and I'm like, I really don't even remember them announcing it. I just remember people like, look, here's the halftime performer. I'm like, oh.
I remember it was like on Twitter sometime last year, but I think that it's like they'll have like a rumor leak roughly halfway through, which is like, it's normally going to be the person who's going to do it. And then they announce it maybe like 2 months later.
Well, it's official. All I'm saying is that if any of our predictions or our wands are in that leak, I'm suing.
Action.
And here's the thing, NFL, let me just say that, like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
I don't want to do that to you.
And you have an opportunity to get rid of that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Via Venmo.
You have a chance.
Cash App.
We're giving you a chance. Okay. And we just have some requirements.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And one of them, free tickets for life.
A box.
A box for life. Okay. 2, give me a job and help me plan the halftime show.
Babes, I'm available. I'm ready. Let me know the date and time.
Listen, I'm pretty good at giving suggestions. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what? We're going to need some suggestions and ideas from you guys as well. Mm-hmm. We need you guys to comment on our most recent Instagram post when this comes out. Either who's your favorite halftime performer, or who do you want to see perform at the halftime show?
Yes. I'm intrigued to see what everyone else thinks, because I feel like maybe we had some good ideas, but maybe we missed out on some.
You know what? No? Who would be really interesting to have? I know we'd like already finished the discussion. I'm just going to say it really quick. Like a DJ. Like Zed. Or like something like that could be fun, because then they could just bring out each of the singers from their big hits.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, Zed would be a good one. I can see Zed.
Yeah.
Or maybe David Guetta. I feel like they would do David Guetta. Yeah. But I feel like he's done it. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I was gonna say Pitbull, and then I was like, oh, he did it.
Do another one then.
Bruno Mars style. Beyonce style. He's another one. Bring him back every year. I don't care.
I'd be okay with it. I'd be fine.
Bring Pitbull back every year.
Anyway, you guys need to comment on our most recent post. Let us know, who do you think should be doing the next halftime show.
And to get that post, you can follow us on our Instagram, which is at the pop.podcast, and our TikTok is at the pop.pod. If you want to keep up with us, you got to follow.
You got to follow. You got to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching. You got to subscribe to the podcast if you're listening. You got a lot of clicking the buttons to do.
Got a lot of buttons to click. I don't know what to tell you.
To push, to click.
No, click them.
Click them so you'll be here.
You ever seen the movie Adam Sandler? I was gonna say.
Click.
What's the Adam Sandler movie from 2005? Click. Click.
Be like Adam Sandler in 2005.
And click. And click. Okay. Well,
we will see you guys next week.
Until next time. Bye, besties.
Bye, besties.